The Department of Child Protective Services confirmed today they are involved in the investigation into the disappearance of Summer Wells. They would not elaborate, though, on how they were involved. The Department of Child Protective Services confirmed today they are involved in the investigation into the disappearance of Summer Wells. They would not elaborate, though, on how they were involved.
Okay, so this video, right? They clip out the video. So this video begins. CPS is involved in this with this situation, right? Talking about Summer Wells.
Into the disappearance. The Department of Child Protective Services confirmed today they are involved in the investigation into the disappearance of Summer Wells.
Oh snap! Did you catch that? Did you catch that, right? They're involved in the disappearance of Summer, not Du Bois. That's not what she said. She says that they confirmed to be involved with okay? Should we play it again?
The Department of Child Protective Services confirmed today they are involved in the investigation into the disappearance of Summer Wells. They would not elaborate, though, on.
Right. Yeah, okay, yeah. I had to go back and play this. That's a completely different story. They're involved in the investigation on the disappearance of Summer. The disappearance. She's not talking about Du Bois. She's talking about the disappearance. The other reporter guy is going to pick up and shift the gears to discuss about the Hawkins County emergency people struggling with radio problems. Right after that topic, he jumps into this particular topic. That's how I got here. Okay, that's how I got from point A to like point, S. Okay. I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to put on the captions here.
The Department of Child Protective Services confirmed today they are involved in the investigation into the disappearance of Summer Wells. They would not elaborate, though, on how they were involved.
Yeah, that's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said. They won't elaborate. Let's see if I can look at the transcript here. What? So all of a sudden, we're going to pick up, right? We're going to pick up discussing about the radio problems, right? Okay. I have a point. I'm going to get somewhere, I promise. So here we go.
The Department of Child Protective Services confirmed today they are involved in the investigation into the disappearance of Summer Wells. They would not elaborate, though, on how they were involved.
Meanwhile, this afternoon, the Hawkins County Public Safety Committee discussed ongoing issues with their 911 and radio systems that some say impacted the initial ground search efforts in the search for Summer Wells. Leaders with the Churchill.
Should we back that one up? Should we back that just up a sec? Just for a sec. Ready? Ready? Gotta pay attention. These people are dropping things like left and right.
Though, on how they were involved.
Meanwhile, this afternoon, the Hawkins County Public Safety Committee discussed ongoing issues with their 911 and radio systems.
Ongoing issues with their 911 and radio issues. 911 and radio issues, both of those things. 911 and radio issues. Okay?
Safety Committee discussed ongoing issues with their 911 and radio systems that some say impacted the initial ground search efforts in the search for Summer.
That impacted the initial search. How in the hell did an issue with the 911 call center create a problem? I can understand that the radio signals were troubling. I get that. But what the heck does that have to do with 911? Can somebody make that make sense to me?
This afternoon, the Hawkins County Public Safety Committee discussed ongoing issues with their 911 and radio systems that some say impacted the initial ground search efforts in the search.
How did the 911 impact the ground search? This is July 21st. So someone explained that, because I'm not understanding how the 911 interfered with the ground search. I get radio communication interferes with the ground search. 911 should not be involved in the back and forth with law enforcement while they're searching. That should be, because they're supposed to be answering the 911 calls. That's what they're supposed to be doing, because they're short-staffed, and now they're even worse short-staffed. Because right prior to this, like not too long prior to this, the comptroller did this huge sweeping investigation about Hawkins County Emergency Dispatch, and there was a lot of people that got the can. So, okay. Isn't this interesting? Oh,
for Summer Wells. Leaders with the Churchill Rescue Squad, the Hawkins County Rescue Squad, the Emergency Management Agency, and 911, as well as other operation leaders, spoke in front of this committee today in Rogersville. A lot of praise toward emergency leaders, but committee members expressed frustration over the lack of information about the investigation, and they felt they were blamed for communication issues.
Approved, and we all know where those radios are sitting at.
I personally was not given authorization to do that.
That's fine that you weren't, and I understand. I've covered my butt too, but I mean, it had nothing to do with you.
I know he's
I'm just
shouting.
saying it was given.
I know he's shouting and ranting and raving, but did you hear what he said? He said that apparently they're supposed to be given the radio frequencies, and that they were not allowed to have them in this instance. Yeah? And they're okay? Yeah.
Felt they were blamed for communication issues.
Approved, and we all know where those radios are sitting at.
I personally was not given authorization to do that.
That's fine that you weren't, and I understand. I've covered my butt too, but I mean, it had nothing to do with you. I'm just saying it was given. It was given. We gave authority to do that, whether it be you or whoever.
That was the committee co-chair Dawson Fields and EMA director Jamie Miller. Each report mentioned the issues faced by crews on the ground in Beach Creek during the search and how it brought about some safety concerns.
We're trying to come to the commission to say, hey, help us. We're not pointing blame. I don't think any agency here would point a finger at any.
The plan is to, I know what I know. The plan, I'm trying to find the this actual committee hearing. I know it's there. I know it exists. I have to find it.
One of you guys or any one of them when every one of these seats are filled. This is just providing information to help you guys make the right decision for us.
Last year, the committee approved $425,000 for an analog system and received a $250,000 emergency community development block grant that took some time to come in, according to Miller. Now the county is facing equipment shortages due to the pandemic. Next, commissioners will need to craft a resolution for that system to be constructed.
Okay. So if we know that we have some major problem with our emergency radio communications and whatever else, if we know that there's a problem with that, then, which they should have known, because because that they were under investigation. Why did it take this to happen before they decided that, or maybe, address this problem? Telling you something's going on. If we know, work with me, if we know that we have some major problem with our emergency radio communications and whatever else, if we know that there's a problem with that, then, which they should have known, because because that they were under investigation. Why did it take this to happen before they decided that, or maybe, address this problem?
Sig,
Something's going on.
COVID.
What is the date on this thing? December 15th. So this, yeah, I know this is when the boys, this was around the time that the boys were taken, but see, she doesn't say that. She doesn't say that. She says that the Child Protective Services confirmed that they were involved with the investigation into the disappearance. So does that mean that the boys were removed because of something that they found within the investigation on the disappearance. I'm trying to connect the dots here, but they don't give me enough to do that. There's no discussion about the boys, right? Because I don't think it had happened at this point yet. But what does the removal of the boys have to do with the investigation into Summer going missing? What do those things have to do with one another? Because I was always under the impression that those were two completely different things. And then you take Jody Sue. Now, Jody Sue has repeatedly said, keeping in mind this is Jody Sue, she's repeatedly said that Candace was afraid to call 911 because she didn't want to lose the boys. I don't want to know. I don't want to know about I'm trying to connect. I'm trying to understand what it is exactly the Child Protective Services would be interested in as far as the disappearance goes. I'm trying to understand what part of the disappearance that the Child Protective Services would be interested in. Because you see, I don't know how else to explain. In my mind, it makes sense, but I don't know how else to explain it. I was completely unaware that the CPS was involved in the investigation of the disappearance. I was unaware that they were interested in the disappearance. Why would they be? And if they've confirmed to WJHL on the 21st of July that they're involved in the investigation of the disappearance, and then shortly thereafter, the boys get removed, what does that mean? I'm not going to speculate much further than that, but do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean? There's something happening there. I can't tell you what. There's something happening with that little 7 or 8 seconds worth of talking. And then we have the 911 thing. It's slapped in here, right? We go Child Protective Services, disappearance of Summer, and then we have this alleged shortcomings of the 911 call system.